What's cracking, y'all? Welcome to I Am Boo, and thanks for stepping through. Finally got around to watching Jurassic World Rebirth. The reason why it took so long is because I live in Japan, and the movie doesn't come out in theaters in Japan until August 8th, which is tomorrow, but it did drop on Amazon Prime 2 days ago, or a day or two ago, and I ended up just buying it on Amazon and watching it at home. And here I am. This isn't going to be much of a review as it is me probably just talking about some bits and pieces. But I'll tell you straight up, I do not like this movie. At all. Don't like it. Where does it rank amongst the rest of the Jurassic movies we have? Definitely not as bad as Fallen Kingdom. That is still the worst. It doesn't get any lower than that for me. Fallen Kingdom was straight ass. Cheeks. But I would probably put it right there with Dominion. I'd probably say it's a little bit better than Dominion. A little bit. I have not liked a Jurassic movie since the first Jurassic World, which was fantastic. Everything after that, I have been disappointed with. And for me, this might have been the nail in the coffin. I no longer have any trust in these Jurassic movies for putting out a decent product. I'm not asking for an Oscar. Just something average at this point, please. And you know what? It wasn't even the plot, to be honest. I like the plot in this one way better than what Fallen Kingdom and Dominion tried to put out. The plot in this one wasn't trying to do too much. It was a very simple plot. I think it made sense for what they were trying to do, and I was on board. So I'm watching the beginning of the movie, and I was actually enjoying it for a while. Before we even got to any dinosaurs, I was like, okay, you know what? I could dig this plot. They're not trying to do too much. It's not trying to be too complicated. You got a guy, trying to make some money with his business, blah, blah, blah. Needs to collect DNA from these dinosaurs and get back so that they can make a cure for disease, for heart disease, whatever it was. I was like, you know what? That's simple. I'm cool with it. Now let the dinosaur action take it away. I'm on board for this adventure. And unlike what a lot of other people felt about this movie, a lot of people loved the dinosaur action in this movie. I liked a little bit of the dinosaur action. Overall, I was not impressed with the dinosaur action in this movie. I was not. A lot of the dinosaurs looked fake. A lot of the dinosaurs, it was obvious CGI. They need more animatronics. I've been saying that for years. Please. Especially the long necks. They look super fake. I wasn't sold on the Spinosauruses. The Mosasaur CGI was aired to me. Like the two best looking dinosaurs in that movie, in my opinion, that I was satisfied with visually was the T-Rex and the D-Rex. And maybe that big-ass pterodactyl thing. And maybe the Dilophosaurus. But generally, mostly everything else didn't do it for me. It didn't do it for me. I'm going to get back to the dinosaurs. I want to talk about something else real quick. There is not enough casualties in this movie. And I had a feeling this was going to happen when it all started playing out in the beginning. So we're following two groups here, right? The people out trying to get the DNA, Scarlett Johansson and the crew. And then the family that was doing their cruise in the sailboat to whatever continent they were trying to get to. I can't even remember. Now, in the beginning, I thought maybe the little asshole weirdo boyfriend might have been expendable. But if he was going to die, it was going to be in the beginning when he was in the water and the Mosasaurus was around. Once he got to that boat safely and they all got rescued, I knew that none of those family members were dying. Not a single one. The dad wasn't going to die. We know the kid wasn't dying. The older sister wasn't dying. And her boyfriend wasn't dying. If they were going to kill off the boyfriend, they would have did it in the beginning. And then it would have went into the story of the dad being like, I'm so sorry. I wish I could have known him better. I wish we could have had more time together. She would have been like, no, you don't, Dad. You never gave him a chance. And then throughout the movie, they end up patching up and they're all good and they're all happy. But that didn't happen. So I knew none of them were going to die. And for the love of God, please stop putting children in these Jurassic movies. There is absolutely no suspense whatsoever. We know the kid is not going to die. We know the kid isn't even going to be harmed. So you keep throwing these kids in these climatic situations where the kid's in trouble, but we all know nothing's going to happen. Stop with the kids. I know why they do it. They're doing it for the children that are going to the movie, for something to relate to, but it's not necessary at this point. You know how many Jurassic movies there are? You don't have to have a kid in it anymore. People are going to go out to see these movies regardless. These films are guaranteed to make at a minimum 700 million to 1 billion plus. That's guaranteed, with or without kids. Drop the kids. They are no longer necessary. This is a made brand. Please. So none of those people were dying. And then on the other group with Scarlett Johansson, we knew Scarlett Johansson wasn't dying. The only people that I felt were expendable were the people that obviously don't get enough screen time and don't have a major script. We already know those people are going to die somewhere. And the obvious cliche evil guy that they keep doing. Oh my God. If I see another cliche villain trope, I'm going to go nuts. Again, here we go again. Like they've done in previous movies. You got the rich guy in the beginning of the movie, the guy with the money that's coming off as a good guy with a good heart that wants to get to the island. But we all know he's a generic bad guy, and he's going to show his true colors as a complete asshole, a complete dick, and a practically evil person. Like we all knew at the beginning of the movie when this guy showed his little buttery face that he was that guy. Please stop. I'm tired of that. They've done that in so many Jurassic movies, and it's been done in just so many movies over the course of cinema history. I can't stand that trope. I don't even know what it's called. It's so cliche, man. It's so played out. It's so played out. And another one that they keep doing is the guy, the macho guy, or the guy with the guns, the militant guy that's cocky and arrogant. We always know he's gonna die. There's not enough casualties, and there's not enough suspense. We already know who is going to die. They gotta start making these movies better. They need to be more suspenseful. They really do. I knew exactly who was gonna die, and those are the exact people that died. I knew exactly who was gonna survive, and those were the exact people that are gonna survive. And like I said, there wasn't enough cool deaths or casualties. Cool deaths. The first Jurassic World has some badass deaths. This one, not so much. For the love of God, please. I didn't have a problem with the acting. The actors were fine. All right, back to the dinosaurs. Some of these Jurassic movies have gotten a bit too cartoonish for me. And I think for me, it really started with Fallen Kingdom. When I saw that damn, I don't even remember the name of that species, that the raptor that they were trying to put a laser on him. Or they were trying to militarize the raptor. When he literally smiled and damn near winked at the camera, I said, oh my gosh, what are we doing with this franchise? So then we have this little, I don't even know, this little tiny ass dinosaur. I don't even know what kind of dinosaur it is. Looks like a miniature Triceratops relative, but it's acting like a goddamn dog. It's acting like a dog with this little girl. Just warms up to the little girl like a canine puppy, showing like emotions and following them around and like cuddling with them to go to. I'm like, yo, what? What are we? Oh my, no. And I get it. They're doing this for the kids, but it's like it's not necessary. The kids are gonna watch these dinosaurs movie regardless. Don't put this in Jurassic World no more. This is crazy, bro. It's crazy. I'm like, this is fucking stupid. Now this little dinosaur is going to be running around the whole time, following this little girl around in his backpack, totally accepting of these humans. It's mind-blowing. The mutated velociraptor with the wings did not do it for me. That was so disappointing. I wish they would have just left regular raptors or raptors with slight mutations. I'm sorry. And they were hyping it up, right? With that scene with the two raptors about to jump on the dude when he's pissing. And then the mutated raptor comes and F's both of those raptors up and then disappears. They're trying to hype it up like, yeah, this mutated raptor just killed these other two raptors, no problem. Listen, man, no. That dinosaur looks stupid. It wasn't scary at all. And the scenes involving the mutated raptor were just not entertaining at all. You would have been better off with regular raptors. I hated it. This is the first Jurassic movie. And, every time in a Jurassic movie, when the raptors show up, you're always like, oh, shit. It's raptor time. Oh, man, the raptors are here. It's about to be trouble, man, right? You can't just knock a T-Rex. Vision's not based off movement. These are highly intelligent reptiles. Blah, blah, blah. Nope. I never got that feeling in this movie. I never got a, oh, shit, the raptors are here feeling. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. I'm going to save the D-Rex for last. Let me tell you where I really lost it in this movie. Let me tell you where I really mentally checked out. It was this scene right here. This scene right here, I checked out. It pissed me the F off. I was like, this girl really can't be this stupid. There is a sleeping T-Rex right there. You are going to still pursue, after acknowledging the Rex, still pursue inflating a large raft that you know is going to make a ridiculous amount of noise and wake this dinosaur up. Really? And then after inflating the raft, it pops up and blocks the view of the dinosaur, so the dinosaur can't see you behind the raft, you can't see the dinosaur. Instead of just leaving it there and being still and using that as a barricade or a hiding spot, you are going to push the raft in the water so that you could be seen by the dinosaur. Are you kidding me? I said, you know what? I know there's stupid people in this world, but Jesus Christ. Are we serious right now? Meanwhile, everybody on the other side of the water is telling her to stop, call off the operation, and she just continues to do it. Blows my mind. I checked out. I mentally checked out. And then once you do that, now I just start applying logic to everything now. Now I'm pissed. So I'm like, hold on a second. Dinosaurs have been living in populated areas for some years now. Most of them have now died off, but you have lived with these dinosaurs for quite some time. And I'm sure there has been training for everyone around the globe during that time on how you handle a situation should you be confronted with one of these dinosaurs. And I can promise you one of them was a T-Rex. Should you encounter a T-Rex, their vision's based off movement. Simply be still and be quiet, and you will be more or less safe until you can, get distance or find a hiding spot especially. I know that was taught worldwide on television, on the news, in schools on how to cohabitate with these dinosaurs. And she did none of that. None of it. Was the chase scene cool? Yeah. The chase scene was cool. I knew nothing was going to happen. Even when the little girl got separated, we knew nothing was going to happen. We knew none of his family members were going to die, but the scene looked cool. The T-Rex looked really good. And I liked the chase scene. It was cool. It would have been perfect. It would have been a perfect chase scene if it was suspenseful, if I knew any of these people could die, but that was not the case. It takes away so much awe from the movie and from the scene. I couldn't spot a glaring mutation on that T-Rex, but based on what I seen from the movie, this T-Rex's mutation is it must be blind. And it's just a poor predator instincts, because it had point blank chances to snatch up any one of these fools and it kept missing with its big old chomps and bites and attempts at grabbing him with its jaws. Missed him every time. that was that dinosaur's mutation. And let's get to the D-Rex. Do I think the D-Rex looked cool? Yeah, it was a big old ugly monster. It was. It looked like freaking Parallax from Green Lantern. It was a Parallax dinosaur with that big old bulby head. But I thought the use of the D-Rex was poorly executed. They went with that, we're going to show this big old cool monster at the very end and very beginning of the movie, but you're not going to see him anywhere in between, which I thought was a mistake. So in the beginning, it was actually a cool scene. It's probably the best death scene in the movie. It was stupid how it happened with the Snicker wrapper or whatever, but it was a cool death scene. And you know, you see a little bit of him through the smoke, but you don't get to really see this dinosaur until the very end. The climactic big fight at the end, if you want to call it a fight, whatever. Dinosaur interaction. And it was poorly executed. He didn't really do anything very cool. Yeah, it was pretty crazy looking. It was disgusting. It was pretty scary. Like, I'm not scared, but you know, I could see how a kid would be extremely scared of this dinosaur in the movie theater, especially. It's the creepiest looking thing in there. But it didn't. There's nothing memorable. Nothing in that final scene with the D-Rex. Nothing memorable I can take from that it did or anything like that. It was just poorly executed. And why do some movies feel like you gotta wait till the very end to showcase this dinosaur? This would have been executed better if we had 3 scenes with the D-Rex. You had the one in the beginning. You could have had a smaller encounter somewhere in the middle of the movie and they barely escape, and then they end up running into him again somewhere near the end or something like that. You didn't have to save him for the very end. I actually forgot the damn was in the movie. I forgot the mofo was in the movie until he popped up at the end. I was like, oh yeah, the D-Rex. Forgot about that. And of course, we all know the good guy turned bad guy that, oh, we didn't know he was bad. Oh, you got me. We all knew that he was going to be the guy saved for last by the D-Rex. Come on. We all knew that was going to happen. And we all knew the black guy, Scarlett Johansson's best friend, we all knew that he wasn't dead. We all knew he was going to get back on the boat. It's so cliche, man. It's so predictable. So predictable. I actually thought this movie would be better than what it was. I liked the concept of the other island that was left with the mutated dinosaurs, the failed experiments. I thought that was a cool concept, and I thought, you know, the plot was simple, and let's just make the adventure happen. Nail everything else, you'll be fine. Doesn't have to be fantastic, but I'll be fine with mediocre at this point, given what I've been given in the last 2 movies, especially. Boy. It actually had got to a point where I was waiting for the movie to end before it ended. I should never feel that way in a movie, especially a Jurassic movie. But of course, this movie's going to make north of 700 million, maybe 800 million. And it's going to be a moneymaker like they all are. And they're going to keep churning out this garbage because people keep paying for it. And as long as the people keep going out and spending money on these less than mediocre Jurassic movies, and they're bringing in bank, they're going to keep feeding us the same garbage, because by us giving them their money, we're telling them that, hey, we like this. Keep putting out more stuff like this. Oh, boy. Will we ever get like a rated R Jurassic movie? Let's just do it. Just do it. Making it rated R doesn't mean that it won't make money. We've had other films prove that. Joker, rated R. Comic book movie, rated R. Made over $1 billion. Even Deadpool in the MCU, Disney, made over $1 billion. I'm just saying. Especially these days, parents will take their kids out to see anything rated R these days. Just make it rated R, man. Up the ante. Make it more gory. Make it more bloody. Make cooler deaths. And stop putting kids in the movies. This movie was doo-doo. I'm glad I didn't waste part of my day driving out to the movie theater to see this movie. It would have been cheaper for me to go to the movie theater. I live in Japan, like I said, so movies aren't nearly as expensive as they are in the United States. So it actually cost me more money to buy this thing on Amazon than it would have been for me to go out there, buy a ticket, a bucket of popcorn, and a drink. Still would have been cheaper. Anyway, that's all I gotta say about it, folks. I appreciate you for stepping in. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the movie, because I sure as hell did.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.